Everyone, Colleen Patrick-Goudreau here. I'm here to talk to you about how you acting locally can have huge impacts. One thing that people forget is that their local representatives, their local city hall council members, they may one day be in the state senate, they may one day be in Congress, they may one day be president of the United States. And if you're working with them on a local level now and getting them to understand the importance of animal issues, you're going to continue working with them throughout their entire career. And the effects you can have are great, not only in terms of their own careers in terms of passing legislation that's animal friendly, but also let me tell you a little story. Not that very long ago, some amazing activist. I have to give props to Shri Shankar because she is an amazing activist down in Los Angeles. She has been working with her city council members, working with them and also supporting their campaigns, and she has influence in doing so. Do not underestimate that. She's been working with them, she had been working with them on putting forth, writing legislation that would ban the bullhook. The bullhook is this weapon that's used to control elephants, large autonomous beings who want to do what they want, who don't want to stand on their head and perform perverted acts. But in order to get them to do these things, you have to hurt them in some way and intimidate them. So in circuses and zoos, the bullhook is used, and it's this weapon that has this spike at the end, and it's painful when obviously penetrated into the skin of a pachyderm or any animal. And so she was looking to ban the bullhook. And it was so brilliant because some animal activists might say, oh, that's just a welfare issue. Why don't you just ban all wild animal acts in circuses? It's not going to do enough. It was brilliant because of the slippery slope aspect of this. It passed, fast forward, it passed the LA City Council. That meant that any wild animal acts, it meant that the bullhook could not be used, which meant that any wild animal acts where the bullhook was used could not come to the city. And Feld Entertainment, who owned Ringling Brothers, fought it. They put a lot of money and resources and time into fighting this legislation, and it passed anyway. So, oh God, okay. Fast forward, after some time and finagling, some advocates in Oakland started working with city council members to draft legislation to ban the bullhook in Oakland. Feld Entertainment came, fought it, put a lot of resources into it, tried to pit unions against animal advocates, and guess what? It passed in Oakland as well. Feld Entertainment figured out, wait a second, cities all around the country are going to be trying to pass this ban, and people already were. It was already starting to come up in all these other cities, and they figured, we can't afford this. We can't afford to fight legislation in every city in the United States. And so you know what they did? Just 2 months after Oakland banned the bullhook, they said no more elephants in our circuses. We're just going to take elephants out of the circuses because if we can't have a bullhook to hurt them, we can't have elephants. Very simple equation, right? So brilliant slippery slope. We know what happened. After not having elephants in their circus, these animals exploited for these perverse tricks to entertain humans, they realized that they weren't making the money that they needed to make to get the profits they needed to justify their business model. And they also realized that the public was not having it anymore, that the public had really changed in terms of their perception of circuses and wild animal acts. Look, years of protests by protesters also contributed to this. Years of outreach, years of education, years of letting the public know, frankly, years of litigation as well. All of this contributed to this, but this is what happened working locally. A bullhook ban in LA and a bullhook ban at the Oakland City Council. It turned into Feld Entertainment, the owner of Ringling Brothers, closing down their circus. Closing down a 140-year institution. So you know what everybody needs to do now? Is to fill in that void that could be created. Well, it is created now. There's a void now with Ringling Brothers not traveling to different cities. And there might be other traveling circuses that want to fill in that void. So the best thing we can do, we're starting it right now in Oakland. We are working with our city council members to ban all wild animal acts. That means any traveling circuses. It means movies and television production companies cannot bring wild animals to the city of Oakland. Many other cities have passed it in the United States. This would not be the first. San Francisco is the largest. It includes the city and the county county of San Francisco, and Oakland's going to be one of them. Every single person who doesn't think we can make a difference locally doesn't understand the impact of this kind of thing. Go out there, work with your city council members, model it after those cities who've already passed it, and get to work. So if you want some information, feel free to go to ColleenPatrick-Goudreau.com, and you can find the contact page if you have any questions about how to do this in your city, and I'll be happy to point you to the resources needed. Thanks.